A, B, C, D, E, S, U.
Let us tell you what ESUs do.
From A to Z, Nebraska's 17 educational service units provide cost-effective, critical services to schools across the state, public or private. When you think about it, service is literally their middle name.
Created in 1965 by the Nebraska State Legislature, ESUs are a meaningful and fundamental part of Nebraska's education landscape, providing services that schools would not be able to do on their own.
Most states across our nation have ESUs, also known as ESAs. Nationally, Nebraska is a recognized leader with strong engagement and involvement from board members, administrators, and educators who are routinely invited to present the great work happening in our schools and ESUs.
ESUs are run with transparency and accountability in mind. They operate through an elected board, and all meetings are open to the public through the Open Meetings Act. Annual audits monitor fiscal accountability. And all ESUs are joined together in a system called the ESU Coordinating Council, which works in partnership with the Nebraska Department of Education.
ESUs can provide many opportunities to the districts they serve, including professional development to train teachers and school staff, resulting in improved student achievement, specialized support for schools in special education and school mental health, technology and instructional materials, including distance education, critical infrastructure and networking support in cybersecurity and digital safety, support through E-Rate technology service funding, and they administer vital programs like limited English services and federal Perkins funding to support career and technical education.
But one thing your ESU cannot do is regulate school districts.
ESUs never dictate to school districts what they must do. The purpose of an ESU is to support and provide services in several customized areas, not to regulate.
So, how are ESUs funded?
In Nebraska, ESUs are funded through a combination of state and local resources. The largest portion, roughly 2/3, comes from state or federal grants and contracted services provided to school districts. ESUs also rely upon a 1.5 cent property tax levy, meaning 1.5 cents of every $100 of your property's value goes to support the ESU in your area.
Basically $15 for every 100,000.
Most ESUs also receive funding through the state of Nebraska for professional development, technology, distance learning, and instructional materials. For the current school year, that total commitment from the state was $13 million, or about $42 per student, to support the services ESUs provide to their local schools.
So back to the beginning. Here are just some of the many programs Nebraska's ESUs provide to schools and students within their regions, from A to Z.
Assessment, behavior and life skills, birth to 5 services, career and technical education,
Continuous school improvement, co-op purchasing programs, curriculum,
Cybersecurity and internet filtering, digital learning, E-Rate,
Graphic design and production, health services, instructional materials,
Leadership and mentoring, Makerspace, Science Olympiad, and Quiz Bowl, mental health,
Special ed services, workforce development, and so much more.
As you can see, ESUs are mission critical. Through a data-driven process, each ESU works to identify the needs of their districts and develop services to fill those gaps.
For example, some of the services provided in the Panhandle by ESU 13 may be completely different than those in the southeast corner of the state because the needs of each school district are different.
There you go. Now you're an expert on educational service units. Okay, maybe you're not an expert, but hopefully you'll have a much better understanding of their importance in Nebraska's education landscape.
Partnerships, support, training, reporting, and efficiencies, all while striving for positive outcomes for students across the state. That's the ESU way.
Learn more about the ESU in your area by visiting esucc.org.